rebrand this month, so expect some huge changes towards the end of February. So I'm just gonna, this video is gonna be a little more informal but informative. I'm gonna go through my top 5 of scout rifles that I'm bringing into Witch Queen. We're gonna go through 2 kinetic scout rifles and then 3 energy scout rifles of Solar, Arc, and Void. Now, of course, with crafting coming with Witch Queen, that could change a lot of things up really quickly, so bear that in mind. But the scout rifles that I'm taking into Witch Queen, starting off with the kinetics, Night Watch. If you can get your hands on a good Night Watch, Banshee sells it, and he has sold pretty good rolls with Night Watch. This one specifically, I have rapid hit explosive and a pendant mag. I could have gotten something other than a reload speed masterwork, but I'm okay with this. These 2 perks are what I'm looking for the most. Rapid hit explosive payload is a wonderful combination on any weapon, but for scout rifles being anti-barrier next season, this scout rifle will be very much sought after, if not definitely overused on my part. Explosive payload gives you that extra damage, whether it be precision or a body shot damage to enemies. So explosive payload is always good and important to have. So if you're a new player and you're looking for decent scouts, I know the new light quest gives you an overflow explosive payload scout rifle, Night Watch, so make sure to snag it up if you're a new player, don't really have any weapons in your arsenal yet. But Night Watch would definitely be in my top 5 to take. I'm taking in the Hung Jury. The OG Destiny 1 Legend Hung Jury. As you can see, it has rapid hit explosive, and this is Hung Jury Adept. Tech mag for that extra ammo, and again, a reload speed masterwork. Completely fucks it up because rapid hit pretty much does the reloading for me. So here I'd rather go range. I don't have one, but I'm okay. We're not worried about the masterwork really. It's just the 2 rapid hit explosive, the 2 perks on this weapon. It will definitely get the job done. I think I used the shit out of this weapon when anti-barrier scouts were here last. Now moving on to the energy weapons. For Void scouts, I definitely take this Vouchsafe in. Of course, I would have liked rapid hit here. I'm really a huge fan of rapid hit explosive because it's so good, it's so viable for endgame as a perk combination. You cannot go wrong with rapid hit explosive. You get more damage and you get your reload speed up for the amount of precision hits that you connect with ×5. You're constantly dealing the most damage you can, and you're reloading fast enough to get those barrier shields down or those champion shields down as fast as you can. Vouchsafe, if you don't have a good Void scout rifle, I'd highly suggest you do your Dreaming City activities. Shattered Throne, Blind Well, all that good stuff. You'll get a Vouchsafe from there eventually, and hopefully you farm for a decent roll, at least with explosive payload, because that's just extra damage that you can't go wrong with. Moving on from Vouchsafe, we have Eternal Blazon. Now, Eternal Blazon, I know a lot of people don't really see Eternal Blazon as a really strong scout rifle. This thing is a fucking monster. Like, I love this scout rifle. I got rapid hit, 1 for all, because it doesn't come with explosive payload. 1 for all is probably the next best bet. And I get armor piercing rounds. With armor piercing rounds, that's 5% extra damage, and I over penetrate target shields on top of that, and it increases my range. So I get more damage from 1 for all, armor piercing rounds, and I get faster reloads. This scout rifle is by no means bad. Now, of course, you can have better inside here, but 1 for all, you know, you're still getting that damage increase, and that's the most important thing. And for Grandmasters, with scouts and hand cannons, but scouts specifically getting a damage buff to miners, you can easily put a miner spec on this thing and just shred through enemies in endgame content. Now for the sight, torch is fine. I would have probably wanted to go for candle. I do like candle on all Milan scout rifles, but this scout rifle is already good in terms of the other perks. So for arc scouts, if you do not have this one, Banshee sells this one. If you haven't turned in your gunsmith materials yet, be sure to turn those in and make sure you get yourself a good Eternal Blazon. He also sells this on his weapon pool from time to time, but make sure you're spending those gunsmith materials as much as you can. And lastly, for solar scouts, now there is a solar blue scout rifle, the Madrugada. It is a solar blue, and it is the only solar scout rifle that can come with explosive payload at the making of this video. I don't want you guys to crutch on a blue, so I'm going to give you legendary options. And I know exotic scout rifles I'm going to be thrown in the mix, but I wanted to give you a legendary top 5 scout rifle list, because I feel like it'll offer more flexibility and it won't tie you to a blue or an exotic. And I think these are the best choices that I'm going to take in personally for all the different types of Witch Queen content that involves barrier champions and just honestly just content in general. But for this one, the Vision of Confluence, for Solar Scouts, Rewind Rounds and Disruption Break. This perk combination is crazy for this thing. You're not losing ammo, and then once you break that shield, you're giving your team that kinetic damage buff. Disruption Break, that's 50% kinetic damage buff for your team every time you break that barrier shield. So you're not losing ammo, and you're buffing your damage and your team damage for your kinetic weapons. This combination is solid, and on top of that, I've extended mag for that extra bit of ammo, giving me that 18. Small bore, you can go for range here, you can go for stability here, range and stability. It's all up to how you feel about this last perk for the barrels. I've stressed this combination since Glassway. I think 1 or 2 seasons ago. I use this scout rifle religiously in Glassway, for the Glassway GM specifically. I love this role, and the fact that anti-barrier scouts coming back, I'm definitely gonna pull this out of my vault and put this on any of my characters. I don't know yet. Night Watch, Vouchsafe, Hung Jerry, Eternal Blazon, Vision of Confluence. Those are my top 5 scouts that I'm bringing in the Witch Queen. I hope this list, I guess if you want to call it that, helps you out, helps you determine what you should go for, what you want to get in terms of anti-barrier scouts to prepare yourself for Witch Queen. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. Also, I will not be known as Raw for very long, so a lot of my videos for a brief period of time may have like an informal introduction. So yeah, with that being said, you guys have a good one, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.